window, every building behind me contains somebody's entire life. A whole new human just doing the things that they do. Someone's falling in love today, somebody's getting fired, someone's becoming a parent, somebody's probably losing a parent. It has me thinking,
if I ain't choose this life,
who am I? How much of me did I actually choose? And if I didn't choose the circumstances that shaped me, how much of the responsibility is really mine? These questions eventually became Boy on Earth.
young boy on earth, I'm still searching the map.
Every single person watching this has something in common, and that's that none of us chose to be here. Every billionaire, artist, athlete, scientist, teacher, doctor, every person you've loved, everybody you hated, none of us chose this. Think about that for a minute. You didn't choose the year that you were born, your parents, where you were born, your language, your genetics, your childhood. You really didn't choose anything. You didn't choose whether your family had money or struggled to pay rent. You didn't choose whether the people around you made you feel safe or afraid. You simply arrived. And that's the strangest thing about being human. The most important thing that's ever happened to us, our existence, is the one thing that we just didn't get to choose. And yet, almost immediately, we're given responsibilities.
The algorithm watching me, watching it.
People give us a name before we know what a name is. They tell us what's good, what's bad, what's normal, what's weird, what success is, what failure is, what's beautiful, and what's ugly. They then hand us a whole operating system before we're old enough to even know what any of it is and to make sense of it. It's just, this is it. And then one day, we're expected to become ourselves. And that's always fascinated me, because what does be yourself actually mean? If your personality was shaped by your parents, your humor was shaped by your friends, your confidence shaped by your experiences, your fear shaped by your failures, and your opinion shaped by the culture you grew up in, where exactly does you begin? Where do I begin? And I'm not asking that because I think we're robots. I'm asking it because I think it's one of the most interesting questions a person can ask. How much of my life is inherited? How much is chosen? And is it even possible to separate the two? I'm gonna get a pillow so I can be comfortable. Better.
2v1 up the difficulty, I'm a clutch up.
Sometimes I imagine life as spawning into an open world game. My gamers will get it. Except nobody explains the objective. There isn't a tutorial, there's no instruction manual, and no one tells you why you're here. Instead, everyone is already playing. Some people seem really confident, some people are completely lost, and most people are somewhere in between that. So what do? We look around, we copy, we imitate, and we compare. We spend years trying to figure out what everybody else already seems to know, and then all of a sudden we realize, maybe they don't know either. Maybe adulthood isn't arriving at certainty. Maybe it's just becoming more comfortable being uncertain.
I don't know.
One of the biggest realizations I've had is that everyone is improvising. When you're a kid, adults seem like they have everything figured out. Teachers, doctors, bosses, business owners, whatever. They all seem like they understand life. And then you become an adult yourself and you realize something is off here. Most people are just making the best decision they can with the information they have. No one received a manual, no one solved existence. We're all just here trying our best. I'm just a boy. But that realization really changed the way I see people. It made me much more compassionate and way less judgmental, because the person sitting across from you isn't just the decisions they made, but they're the circumstances that they were born into, and you don't choose those. However,
I'm just a boy even though I'm getting older.
this doesn't mean that we don't have any responsibility. I actually think it's the opposite. Maybe the most beautiful part about being human is that we inherit a life that we didn't choose, but we still have the ability to shape what comes next. We don't choose our starting point, but every decision we make after that is just part of who we are. We inherit an opening chapter, and the rest is up to us to write. And maybe that's where the real freedom begins. Not in choosing our start, but choosing how we respond to it.
You and me, you and me.
So when I started making music, I realized I wasn't only interested in making songs that captured moments, but I wanted to capture big ideas. And it's not because I have the answers, it's because I don't have the answers. What makes somebody become themselves? Why do we chase approval so much? Why do we care so deeply what strangers think? Why does love have the power to completely reshape who we are? Why are we surrounded by people? Why are we so afraid of wasting our lives? Why do we keep searching for a purpose? I don't believe in purposes. These questions became lyrics, the lyrics became songs, and the songs became an album.
Boy on Earth.
That's me, I'm the boy.
Maybe this is just how it's supposed to go.
I chose the title because it's probably the simplest way to explain the album. Before you're successful, before you're famous, before you're rich, before you're broken, before you're someone's best friend or ex, before politics, religion, or jobs, before every label the world gives you, you are just a boy on this earth. Or a girl. You're just a human who was born onto this planet that was spinning long before you got here. trying to understand yourself, trying to understand everyone else, and trying to figure out what all this means. I don't expect everyone to hear the songs the same way I do, and I actually hope you don't. Once music belongs to other people, it stops belonging to the artist. Everyone brings their own life into it, their own memories, heartbreaks, questions, and hopes. That's why I love music. That's what makes it beautiful. It's less about what I meant and more about what you discover.
I've been on this earth for 27 years.
It's not an autobiography, it's not a self-help album, and it's not claiming to have life figured out. It's just a conversation with myself, with you, with anyone who listens to it. An invitation to slow down and think about the experience that we're all sharing, but don't usually take the time to talk about. So if this album gives you answers, that's great, but if it gives you better questions, that's even better. Because I don't think the point is to solve the mystery of being human. Maybe it's just to become more awake to it. So welcome to Born on Earth.
Living, take the thought and swim beside it. Catch a wave and I'll ride it. Reach a peak and I dive in. Feel the currents, I won't fight it. Just a boy on earth.